he's just trying to,
Africa has the largest deposits of non renewable resources in the world: gold, silver, manganese, coltan. Do you realize of the dozen or so minerals necessary to create an atomic bomb, half of them are in Africa? There is no nuclear age without Africa. There is no solar age without Africa. There is no technological age without Africa. China knows that. It's
Ooh-wee. Let's dispel this. He said the dozen or so ingredients it takes to make a. I'm looking down there, I'm sorry. He said the dozen or so ingredients it takes to make an atom bomb, a nuclear bomb. Well, let's just do a little bit of Googling, okay? Ingredients is for a nuclear bomb. Well, okay, first of all, this is the Encyclopedia Britannica in this bitch, okay? As they advertise to me. I just seen it. Let me see if I can. Okay. It's already highlighted for us. Most of the uranium used in current nuclear weapons is approximately 93.5% enriched uranium. Not that it's 93.5% uranium, but it's 93.5% enriched uranium, which I think that is what it means. Nuclear weapons typically contain 93% or more plutonium. So they're already 93% plutonium. He said it was a dozen or so ingredients. 93% is plutonium, 7%, less than 7% is plutonium 240, and a very small quantities of other plutonium isotopes. Plutonium 240, a byproduct of plutonium production, has several undesirable characteristics, including a larger critical mass. So it doesn't really say. So maybe there is a so-called dozen or so. I don't see that. It looks like it's goddamn mostly plutonium that's enriched into uranium, which means they put it in a I can't even think of the word of it. Cylindrical device that goes round and round. It's called a fucking centrifuge. Put it in a centrifuge, which is a little thing that goes round and round like a motherfucker. And I think it helps to separate something. I can't remember. It's been a minute since I've studied atomic bomb making, okay? Not that I want to make an atomic bomb ever, okay? But most of that is plutonium, uranium. Now we got to do one more thing. He said the largest deposits of that is found in Africa. Okay. Plutonium deposits by country. Okay. Let's not go with the first one, even though it's low. Let's just go with it. Nagasaki. Okay, that I get what that was saying to a degree, but let's world uranium mining production. This is the world-nuclear.org website. Kazakhstan has the largest plutonium uranium deposit at 22,000 tons. Canada would be next. Then you have Namibia. then Australia, then Uzbekistan, Russia, Niger got some, China, India, South Africa. So what I'm getting at, there is no nuclear age if there is no Africa. There is no technological energy solar panel systems if there is no Africa. Shut. Don't let niggas yell at you. I'm about to lose my microphone again. Don't let niggas yell at you without at least showing you some kind of something from some website, something, or some kind of file somewhere. At this particular goddamn point, there is ready-made information available at our finger goddamn tips. There is no excuse at fucking all for people to sit here and listen to anybody's fucking words alone. No. Unless you're talking about some philosophical shit, I don't even want to know. I mean, I'll listen to you. You be like, tell me what happened to you yesterday, but nigga, I would believe you even more, nigga, if you had some video about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, typically, motherfuckers will embellish a story to the goddamn rooftop, okay? And you gotta look at this. This is Umar. This is what he does all of the motherfucking time. Making sure I'm straight. This is what he does all of the motherfucking time. Umar comes in, he gets in this bitch talking hella loud, you know what I'm saying? Acting like he knows what he's saying. And it makes sense, don't get me wrong. It does make some kind of sense because of what we've seen on TV. From what I've seen and heard, we keep hearing both black empowerment people that we follow talk about how Africa is raped for its natural resources. That's one thing. Okay, and it's just like that story, like that game of telephone. You start a story from one place, and then it starts from one place, and by the time you end up at the end of the other line, it's done changed into something. Look, it probably started at the fact that Africa gets raped for its natural resources. Yes, it does. Now that story has morphed over to, well, the reason why they are doing it is because Africa has the largest everything. You know what? Africa has everything, and the world is just coming over there to get everything out of Africa. And if Africa didn't exist, and if Africa actually took control of the world, you all would be in a third world country like Africa. Okay? The only reason why Africa is in a third world position is because y'all stealing their shit. But if you stop stealing, they figure out how to use it, which is dumb. No, that's not the goddamn case. Let me already go ahead and say this. And this is not just based on me and my facts. I mean, we already know. Now, this is one thing I could pull up whatever you want me to pull up, but we already know that there's mines of people mining coal and oil and gas pumps in the ground and all that, and not just pumps in the ground, drills in the ground and all these other things, and the goddamn pipelines being built from Canada to here and all this other shit. We all know that these things exist everywhere else. We all know that when Trump was in office that we was actually energy independent for a little bit, and we didn't rely on resource imports to get my bad, my voice. Let me give me something to drink, but I'm gonna keep talking. We didn't rely on what was I saying? Okay. Juice. We didn't rely on other countries to get our oil and natural gases and shit like that, you know. And you gotta think about it. If what he is saying is so true, then why do we why do we have all these other mining and natural resource excavation operations going on in all these other countries? But you just gotta think about it logically. Logically, the reason why Africa is being raped for its resources is because of the cheap labor. If I gotta pay a nigga in America to go out here to this mine and get this coal, that nigga's gonna want a whole lot of assurances, as well as if he dies and gets hurt and all this other shit. And as they should, as we should. It's dangerous work. People die from it all the time. But if I can go over here to Africa where these niggas don't know shit, acting like goddamn, they just can't figure it out, I ain't gonna go too crazy. Then they can actually get you for the cheap labor, and they got kids over there. They say it all the time. They got kids working in these fucking mines a lot of times, and we just sit there like, what? Oh my gosh! Like, it's because of the resources that have everything. No, nigga, it's because of the cheap labor to get the resources they got. I'll leave mine in the ground for a while. It's gonna be here. Let me get yours. With y'all. Y'all stupid enough to send your kids in that bitch. Okay. I'm gonna finish this video.